Hey guys, I hope you are well. Welcome once more to the Benjamin Zulu Show, the show where, as usual, it has now become our weaknesses to actually fill you and give you wisdom that you need in life to make better decisions here and there. Now today, remember there is a statement that Benjamin Zulu has always been cautioning the young men and women or women who are dating, okay? Avoid saying that you are taken, even if you are dating. All right. Now, today on the show, Benjamin is going to give you some tips. Okay. If you are a young man, you are eyeing a lady and she is in a relationship, how do you go about it? Benjamin has always told you to hover around some of these good girls, hover around them until an opportunity presents itself. Now, Benjamin is going to give you the how in it. Good.
You know, you remind me of the helicopter style of dating. You know, the person is not allowing you to land, but you remain above them, around, audible, visible. So we are saying this. These are the principles. Because it may sound like we are encouraging betrayals, that we are encouraging people snatching. Like, it looks like, you know, you're interfering in people's relationships, you are coming in, you know, you're supposed to get your own who has no one.
Yes.
What are you encouraging? Are you saying people now should not stay with the one they have dated? Now, if you start snatching each other, the reality is, before we get married, nobody belongs to another.
Okay, that is the reality.
Okay? People will quote Joseph and Mary and told them when they were betrothed. Betrothed meant they were engaged.
Engaged.
Once people are already going to your family, paying, they have started the formal process, those ones we can say they're as good as married. They are on the process. In fact, when you have already started formalizing, the person will not entertain another person.
Okay, that is what it means by engagement?
Betrothed, yes.
Yes.
When the Bible says betrothed, it means engaged.
Engaged. Being exclusive, in other words.
Yes. Not just exclusive. No. Under your word up. Don't bring those funny ones. People keep saying you are mine, now I'm yours. No.
Okay.
Today, those are the ones that have come to dismantle.
All right.
Me, I'm talking about actions.
Okay.
Where are we in the process of formalizing? Are we together?
Okay.
There are people who have already, they're now planning a pre-wedding. They're planning a dowry. They have taken some goats. They have done official engagement. Those ones are already in the process of becoming one. A person who is already in the process will not even listen to the person. They will tell you, let me invite you for my wedding. The moment you start talking, they'll tell you where they are. In planning them. It's in December, we're in this wedding. You see, you get it. What I'm discussing today is those people who plateau, who book others, tether them, tie them, keep them there, while they keep you as an option, while they are looking around, or while they are not sure whether they want to settle. That is not taken, that is madness, and it ought to be dismantled.
Okay.
Let's repeat the dating process again. You prepare until you're ready to be a husband, and then look for a woman who is ready to be a wife, and when you find her, you marry. Have we summarized the dating process quickly? Okay. Please understand. Prepare until you want to become a husband. Now look for a lady who is ready to become a wife. When you find her, marry. Please. That is the summary. Not when you are not even far, when you are not even near being ready to settle. Then you will tell that lady she's your girlfriend. If I come in, I'll marry her. Let me tell you why you should not start by asking ladies whether they are taken. Good women are hardly ever alone. Another hunter in the jungle will have identified her values. Somebody will have noticed her kindness, her generosity, her good air, her principled. Somebody in our environment will have noticed. And will have been showing interest. Maybe they have already established some connection. Maybe he's trying to possess. And maybe he doesn't even match up to our standard. When I was starting dating, I was naive. I was looking for the ones who have no one. It made for a fruitless search. Brother, if you want a tiresome goose chase, start looking for, do you have anyone? Okay. Do you have anyone? Okay. I know mine will be alone. Good women are few, and everybody sees them. They shine like stars. In the church, the youth pastor is eyeing her. I'm not against the youth pastor. I'm just picking an example. When you're preaching, you'll notice the ladies who are good.
Yeah.
Somebody will be eyeing her in the jungle. Be prepared to compete. Yeah? Good things are visible to everyone. So once you show in, don't start about fight. As long as she's not married. Married is the only thing we prevent. Respect marriage. Anything else is just anything else. All right? If you see a ring, even an engagement ring, you can respect that. But if you see her hands are like yours, brother, converse. Impress her with your knowledge. Impress her with your charm, your kindness, your understanding. Show up when she is needy. When you realize she's in a situation, show up. The best ways to prove to ladies that you can be relied upon is when she has a grief, a sick person, a needy situation somewhere. A brother who is rebellious, go and help her to straighten up him. Show up in times of need. Show up like, the way those days a guy would show up on a horse to come and rescue the girl. Nowadays we show up in cars. They may not be horses, but take a matter to travel. Take the trouble to go and fix our situation. You don't even need to say anything. It has left an impression on our mind. She has been dealing with a guy who is always giving excuses after excuses. Bramel left Nairobi to come to Webuye to attend to my situation. And he did not ask for anything. Even bought fruits for the sick person who was seeing and went back. And asked me whether I think Bramel is a better guy. Prove your case, brother. That time, there's a guy because she mentions in the conversation, my boyfriend. Don't be scared by hearing the word boyfriend. Don't worry. Once you realize she's in a need and you realize she's a good potential woman, rush in her situation, set up the case. And then that evening she's venting to you how she has been, because now you're more connected. Listen more attentively. Listen well. Affirm. Validate the girl. Tell her she did not deserve that kind of treatment. That world isn't fair. But she will heal. You believe she'll fly high in this life. And you'll be very happy to support her growth. And you as friends. Now the friendship is what now growing. Friendship. And she comes tell you, man, that guy we have even broken because you showed her a better life. So me have been searching. How about it right? Go ahead, brother. Good women are hardly ever alone. Only a few have resisted everyone. Many of them are that kind of guy who was tagging along. And the relationship has already become impossible. She's being pushed to marry and she has doubts. When she tells people she's not sure about this one, she's told, but you have no other one. That's what they're beaten by their mothers. Your time is going. There is no perfect person. Just make do with that one. Even us, we had to make do with who we had. That's the philosophy she's hearing. So you might show up and prove a case. There's better. Better is possible. Show up and prove. So what I'm saying is, there are people who booked others and they're taking them nowhere. They're tethering them and taking them in circles and wasting their time and their years. Their brothers like, we have been dating for 7 years. Can we start by congratulating people who are in their second year of relationship, third year of relationship, and congratulate them for wasting their time, complicating their life, going nowhere, missing opportunities, passing opportunities in the name of having someone. I have someone. Why are you not married then? If you're not married, you have no one.
Yeah.
But don't argue. Never start by telling ladies, no, I'm better man. Never start that way. Always be indirect. Always. It's very safe. Nobody can quarrel you. You did not say anything. You simply assisted in a needy situation. You did not say anything. Don't be direct. Establish, but again, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Remember that. This is hunting. We are casting our nets wide.
Yeah.
When you are dating, don't focus on one lady. She'll waste your time and later on go and marry who she wanted. No, don't put all your eggs there. It's about being opportunistic. To sense this one looks like a good lady. Maybe this one. Until you find, don't settle. Okay? Wherever you see you can make an impression, make the impression and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So the principle is, there are people who are in long, dead-end relationships. And many people have come to regret when they turned down good prospects because they were with someone. And the someone left them. The someone led them nowhere. The someone left them hanging. They still come to say, would it have been possible if I had simply moved on in the Bramwell? Some people think they're being loyal. Can I tell you whether you're breaking loyalty when you leave a person? Because you have already promised each other. Some people do blood covenant. Have you heard of that foolishness?
Yeah.
At their fingers. Me and yours forever. God does not recognize vows of fools. Remember that in Ecclesiastes 7? Yeah. God does not honor in promises of fools. So if you are too young and too naive and in emotional hype, you promise each other never to leave each other, that is not covenant. That is not marriage. Simply recognize you did not know any better. Now you know better and time is going. So you're not breaking any loyalty. As long as you're not married, there's no covenant. There's no paperwork. There is no certificate for being a boyfriend. Have you seen one?
No.
You are not issued with any paper for being a boyfriend. You don't pay goats. And let me remind people that to keep sex out of marriage, sex complicates life. You don't know where you are. You don't know whether to live, where to stay, because you've gotten too emotionally entangled, too emotionally enmeshed, too emotionally involved. Many people are lost because they do not know. They do not recognize that when you start getting emotionally involved, intimate, you start having sex, you get confused. You do not know where to go after that. What next after that? So for my and somebody have had sex with them, they know you. That's how we usually feel.
Yeah.
And they can blackmail you. And I told you, when you start moving in, spending a weekend, staying together, you're not choosing a mate. You are complicating your life. You get stuck with a person, and that makes for the worst marriages on earth. The worst marriages you hear where people are so incompatible, it's because they got enmeshed, they got involved. When you are too young or too confused to know where you are not ready to become a wife, don't sleep with anyone. You're not ready to become a husband, don't sleep with anyone. Don't get involved. Pregnancy will come. Emotional entanglements will come. You get yourself stuck with a person you never wanted. Stay hands-free. Focus your life on growth. Focus on career. Focus on social, professional networking. Focus on career networking. Focus on developing yourself. When you meet people whom you like each other as friends. Don't move it past that. Don't get sexually involved. You get tied where you don't belong. You actually get stuck in mud. You never intended to park there. You never intended to sleep there. But you passed through a murky route. You got stuck there. That's how many people got married. That's how many people's marriage is disastrous. Purely disastrous.
Yeah.
I strongly encourage that once you determine you are not quite ready, don't get involved. So why ladies stay with, it's because they've been taught like dating one guy for long is a proof of fidelity, faithfulness, loyalty, self-control. It has been given good names. Can I tell you the disaster of dating one person for years is that you chose the person before you knew yourself, before you knew what you wanted in a family. You chose yourself settled before you knew where you were headed. And by the time you're trying to marry, those marriages last shorter than the dating itself.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
They usually date after college, we started it. After high school, 7 years. When you married, within 2 years, you could not get along. You have evolved to be different people.
Yeah.
Why do people date that long? It's a misconception, thinking you can reserve each other. Reserved you for me. Reserved you for me. But those years of evolution, 18 to 25, people change to different people.
Yeah.
One of the shows I was doing, the pre-25, I asked her, she's 23, she's a guy that started dating alone for 4 years. You are 19, now you're 23. How would you say you have changed? She said, I'm a different person. Today, ask another who is 27. When she was 24, from the time she was 23 to now, how much change has occurred? She'll tell you, oh my God, I can't even believe it's me. The early 20s are rapid development. People, their personalities transform, stabilize around 25 when your brain has finished evolving. So those people have reserved each other for 7 years. That relationship is going nowhere. Don't risk a ring of 7 years. You know, people will tell you, you snatch to somebody. Nobody can be snatched. They chose you. They are not a goat that you untied and went.
Yeah.
You presented your case. She preferred it. You passed the interview. You won the tender. You supplied. Remember, Brahma, let me remind you, you're not looking for 20 women. Stop being too polite.
Yeah.
Are you gathering 100 women? How many women are you looking for? Let me know. Which number are we working with? One. You only need to win one case. The moment, it's my sister who told me, don't ask girls whether there's anyone. There's somebody hovering around them. You interact. You demonstrate. Show interest. Show reliability. If she compares and you win, you pass with it. That's how I want. Good women are in things. Things. Others are coming out of things, going into things. Things. You show up. Give her an option. Show what you're made of. Dress the way you're dressed now. Complete to the lapel. When you want to dress casual but very presentable. Be romantic. Be happy. Be easy. Be the person she can run to solve issues.
Yeah.
When the boyfriend sometimes calls to quarrel you, sometimes I was called and quarreled. I met a person's girlfriend. We met at 4 p.m. We meant to meet for an hour, but it ended up being 4 hours. in our hotel, talking. We connected so deeply. I did not know she had switched off her phone. She knew the guy was nagging and insecure. And she was happy to meet me. And I knew that was a potential girl. But we talked. In the evening, the guy called to quarrel me and tell me he's reporting me. I don't know, to pastor, to bishop, because I've met her guy, his girl, I told her, what is the age of the woman we are talking about? Could she be under 18? God forbid. Are we talking about a child? 28. Excuse me. You should not even be talking to me. Now I know why she's happy to meet other men even when you are around. If you are this stupid, don't call other people. Deal with her. Why did she choose to meet me? I did not abduct. Abduct her. She came to meet me. Stop making noise, brother. The girl succumbed to the chaos. The guy kicked up a lot of dust and she disappeared from me. I think he deleted my number, something. So we lost touch. Do you know they still fell apart? I went on, found another lady, a good one, we would marry. But for her, I came to know later, 2-3 years down the line. They never went anywhere. I wonder why good women stay loyal to toxic men. And vice versa as well. There are men who you found a good lady, you went liked her, but she's postponing you indefinitely. But still keeping everybody away from you. Why are you cooperating?
Do you know, Benjamin, that is where I was heading? Because I wanted us now to look on the flip side. We have these good, charming girls, okay? Very welcoming. They know how to initiate a conversation. You will click, but she will never commit, okay? She will keep you hovering around her, yet at the same time, she will not want to release you. She will give you false hopes, okay? How do you deal with that?
No, if somebody gives you false hopes, they don't want to release you, this is your decision, brother. As I told you, I wasted a lot of time hoping that we are both falling in love. Kumbe, I'm falling alone. Brother, don't swim to the deep end when the person you're swimming for is still touching the water with a finger.
Yes.
You know, they give you enough hope to keep you going. But never satisfaction, never commitment, never. They don't. But they invite your attention and they enjoy the girl. Many of them are just being polite and you think they're being romantic. There's some who have mastered the art of ambiguity. Be careful with some ladies, my brother. I even pity. I feel for you.
The art of ambiguity.
Mixed signals. Some of them are masters at mixed signals. When you are here, she's so attentive, you're so happy. As soon as you're out of sight, you're also out of mind. You're the one calling. You're the one reaching out. You are longing for the company, for the sweet chemistry, for the butterflies. You travel. Brothers travel. Huh? To go get that feeling, the company of that girl. Do you know elusive ladies are extremely attractive? Let me warn you. Ha! Woo! I wish brothers would understand this. There are girls who will do nothing and they will drive you mad while doing nothing.
Yeah. They're there.
In psychology, there's a psychology of attraction, and we classify people according to the lover type they are. That type is called coquettes. Coquettes have a very cool, detached core, but they have a very warm, motherly attention. Yeah? When you are together, oh my God, they give you a feeling you've never felt. They listen so well, picking ones. Remember what you said last time. They notice your favorite. They appreciate your company. Oh my God, you feel. Coquette. I pray for you don't come across one. You call her. She talks like she was waiting for your call. You have made her day. Oh my God. How have you been? Bramwell. And these girls, I have given you the identifier. Watch this video again and carry the words. A cool, detached core. But when you are together or when you are in contact, they talk like you are their world. Until you hear them talking in a similar manner to another brother. You can travel so far to go and meet them. They're so happy to see you, but they promise nothing. They act like they're very interested, but they commit to nothing. I've met them several, and brother, they can drive you mad. This is the principle in in all relationships, the elusive person controls the situation. That's the disaster of it all. Even if she's the lesser one, the younger one, as long as she's elusive, disinterested, she's not putting the effort. You run mad trying to make her love you back.
Yeah.
You take it like a challenge for you to win her. And you do more, buy more things, send more items, send more money. Have you seen girls like that? Men fight over her when she is apparently disinterested. And then when you finally look at her in undetached, you don't see what they are fighting about. There's not much to report home about her. Have you seen those girls? Okay, you appreciate them as a lady. But there's not much to write home about her, actually. But it's her energy. The way she can give you an undivided attention. That's how coquettes are. They have a mother-like.
Yeah.
And they can learn your small nuances. In fact, you call with a new number, she'll call you by your name. You just say hello. Bramwell, how? Oh my God, how did you know me? I know you. How can I not know you? Yeah, who else can? Now you know I'm speaking from experience.
Yes.
But please don't announce. So there are girls who keep you hopping, hanging around, pursuing, but they are a mirage. You know mirage? That sea you see on the road, that water you see on the road, you see it, but once you sense they are sucking you into a void, better to disengage early. Because you keep thinking one more gift, one more visit, she will fall for me. One more this, you keep thinking, keep thinking. They tell you they came from a breakup and they're still trying to help, but soon they'll be okay. You keep waiting for the soon. They encourage your flirting. You flirt. They encourage your praise. They invited, they're so thankful. But sometimes you're not sure whether that's romance or that's courtesy. When they don't reply to your call, you wait for it the whole day. You know you can be heart sick. Waiting. That is a foolish part about love that I don't like. Personally, I'm not amused by that side. Can you imagine? A brother looking sick, waiting for a reply. He keeps checking whether there are two blue ticks. I don't know. I don't know why we are like that. If you fantasize a lady throughout the night and you text her in the morning, and you're waiting for it to deliver, and you're sitting there waiting for it to come, then you say it will find me on the way, and it doesn't come, you keep checking the way. If you find yourself thinking about a lady like that, and she seems disinterested, pull out. How do you pull out? There's a method called dodging. Move on to talk to another one. Dodging is you transfer. You know, in basketball, you can spike.
Yeah.
If you spike, you throw the ball with energy. But sometimes the guys knew you're going to spike, so they block. So there's another method of avoiding to face the defenses. Look where they are blocking between their hands. Drop the ball without force, so that there's no bang, but you have scored. When you have realized you've been sucked into the web of a lady, because it's almost inevitable in your journey, the best thing is call another one. Meet another one. Usually your energy will keep. You realize the person has lost their pull over you. When you realize they're calling you back again, try to look for you again, turn down, disappear again.
Okay.
So there are women who keep you hoping but never satisfy you. When it comes to men, because they're the ones in charge of the dynamic, ladies, never ask a guy who has taken too long to move forward when we're moving forward. Never.
Okay.
Never. That's a disaster. Women keep repeating it and they regret it. If it takes too long to formalize, to take things to the next step, that is who he is. It looks like it's natural to ask him. When mom asks you, so what are you guys planning, since last year? What are you likely to say? I'll ask him.
Yeah. And that is exactly what most ladies do. Benjamin, tell us, what is the danger in that when it comes to ladies?
You are ignoring a character trait that you'll have to deal with. If you marry him, you're ignoring the fact that he's indecisive, want to move things, he's not sure about you. You're pushing him to commit to you when he was reluctant.
Okay.
And if the relationship is sexual, you idiot lady, If you're a lady, you're having sex, the man was not married you, I wish to have a better word to describe you. But unfortunately, my vocabulary is limited, and I don't wish to waste so much time looking for substitutes. Idiot. Anyway, brother will never call you that, so be happy. Go to the side of brother. Very polite brother. Praise the Lord. When I grow up, I want to become like this guy. I don't see why a lady would give her everything to a man who has paid nothing for it. And you hope later when Brahman pays everything, is given the same treatment. Is it fair even?
No.
Is it even fair? You want us to take you seriously? When you are living with a guy? Doing everything married people do? Now, forgive me, but Brahman, I'm practical to the core.
Yeah.
Practical to the core. I want to ask the lady, how special am I? Now, what do you have remaining? You spent some weekends with him. You stayed there. So, okay. Does not mean the man is any less innocent, but mating is controlled by the female. Even in the animal world, the woman can decide the constitution will not be read. It's the woman who determines who will come into her. The Bible says David went into Bathsheba.
Yeah.
If it's a woman, you can let a man come into you casually, you're already dead inside. Your conscience is numb. There's no more special thing for a lady than her femininity. Her private part is like a garden. Men are not that special. They even pee everywhere. You can see those things everywhere on the road. Even if they don't pee here, they pee there. You don't see men doing that. So with the men, even they wash public washroom. It's you as a woman to respect yourself, to uphold your standards. They date for years because they've already given their everything. They've sold their reputation. Anyway, we'll still get married. So even if we have sex, there's no difference. You're already selling on credit. Later you come to complain. Imagine after 12 years and having 3 babies, he has never gone to... Stop telling me nonsense. You sold on credit. I am not a loan defaulter claimer. Go and talk to Tala. They'll tell you which auctioneers are best to auction a loan defaulter.
Benjamin, I like the way you're putting it. Now, for us to be this observant and this keen to detect all these signs you're telling us, Benjamin, to be able to tell that I'm being held for no good reason, we need to be very sensitive when it comes to all this. We need to be emotionally sensitive. You see, we need to be mindful of our calling and where we are headed. But now you'll realize that because of the detours in life and in the people we have exposed ourselves to, our sensitivity is dead.
Be normalized in their context. There's a time Lot lived among people who had normalized sodomy.
Yeah.
Sodom. Normalized gay sex. People are talking about it as if it's a human right.
Yeah.
If you read Romans 1, which part of that do you understand? God does not condone wickedness. And he says he will punish not only those who do it, but those who approve of those who do it. I like the way Pastor T put it. He did something in Sheng, answering to questions about LGBTQ.
Yes.
I salute that man. He hit the core. And I wish somebody would translate it in English so that it circulates all over the world.
About the kingdom, I saw it.
Yeah. He said, God is not negotiating. He set his rules. Toe the line or go your way.
He's not going to lower his rule down to accommodate you.
I loved the message, man.
Yeah.
Listen, people have been desensitized to fornication and adultery and premarital sex because it's been normalized like Sodom. Lot had a righteous man. His heart was vexed by living among lawless people. People who disregard God and God's law and regard it as unreasonable. You need to be sorrowful, Brahman, when you live among people who are so insensitive. If you're one of those people who have been desensitized to sex and you make it look casual, make it look like something you can have like a snack, you are far from God. But if you turn, he will resurrect the dying parts of you. God is the manufacturer of sex the designer of marriage. If we disobey God's order, we will have disorder. That's why we have so many disorders, because we are disobeying order, the manufacturer's manual and guidelines. Brahma, let me remind all of us that God has nothing to lose. We need him more than he needs us.
Exactly. Yeah.
God is not mean to tell you don't have sex. He's telling you what will work for you, what will make you happy. There's no other way to be happy other than to align with God's word, God's will. It is not easy, but it is the only way. Remember, nothing in life is easy. When you go to hospital, they're trying to treat a condition in your private parts, they will ask you to remove your clothes.
Yeah.
It's not polite, it's not too decent, but I went to a place and the nurse needed to inject me. I was asking her, can't you inject here? She was insisting, this one goes there. It's a young lady. I struggled. But hey, I had a bad food poisoning. And she can easily ask you, so who brought you here? When you come to God, you must submit to his work, to his word. You don't go to the doctor with conditions.
Yeah.
God is the only physician, true, who can heal our hearts. Listen, if you have become normalized to having casual sex, you are far away. Return, repent. See, before you die, it's never too late. There are people who think it's normal, it's okay, but they'll reap the fruits. Remember, if you start having sex, first of all, you have taught the person who can have sex, and they'll never trust you with anybody else. You will equally never trust them with anybody else because you have seen their potential. Remember that.
Okay, Benjamin, apart from avoiding sexual intercourse, how can we keep our emotions in check while we are out there checking?
Have conversations with a person like this who can balance you, who is not a candidate, they're just friends. They can always listen to the direction you are facing. They can always rebuke you without fear. But you need a person who can correct you without fear. You need a person who can correct you without fear. And if you do not have that person, you are prone to error. You are prone to losing your path. I strongly encourage that. Once every now and then, when we are dating, I always said a friend or two who are in the same journey, and we'll review our journey. We'll review what we have done. We'll review how far we are now. And every time, we always came back sober.
All right. I like that, guys. There you have it. Benjamin has made it easier for you. You see, avoid to say that I am taken, lest you lose that cool person that you are meant to be with. Thank you for watching the Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.